Hi, folks. How are we doing? I'm just trying to get chat up on my phone so I can follow what you're saying. Um, Hope everyone's well. I've had a good day. You've been reorganizing your tarot and oracle decks, have you, Jen? You've had some fun then, because I know you've got a lot of them. So when I can work out how to get the chat up on my here we go. Here we go. Yes, right. I've got the. Make sure I'm on live chat. Have to make sure we're on live chat. I wish to get rid of this top chat. Um, Hi there, Caroline, Ashley, and Shamara, and Jen, of course, and basically, I've decided to go live for a short while tonight in celebration that last Sunday, actually, to the day, was the. Did you like the way I said that, Ashley? and uh, and yes, last Sunday, the 27th, was a year to the day since I uploaded my first video to my channel. So I've passed the year anniversary. So and it's gone very quickly. It's been fun, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. Um, I was hesitant to start the channel. I was lurking in the community for a couple of months, watching videos, etc. And I finally took the plunge in January. Some of the tarot spreads I was getting and encouragement from others, and I just jumped in at the deep end and just decided to go for it, and I've kept going ever since. So there you go. So I thought I would celebrate with you guys as a thank you for your support, and come on live and share that news with you. And as part of that celebration, I'm going to give you just a quick update since I last did a live, I think back in August. Um, and I don't, I hadn't intended it to be so long since between lives, but things get in the way. Well, I say things get in the way. Life happens, time goes by quickly, and there seems to be so many people going live these days. It's hard to know when to fit these lives in. Um, I know that I'm overlapping a little bit with Becca, Tarot Night Owl, with her Sunday night thing at the moment. So my apologies to her, but I'm afraid with all these lives going on, inevitably there's going to be a bit of overlap. So no disrespect to Becca or anyone else. Um, you know, she's been on since 9, so I've given her over an hour to as a free run. So out of respect for that. Oh, has she just finished up? Oh well, do you know that makes me feel a lot better because I love Becca and I didn't want to be any too disrespectful to Becca in any way at all. But if she's just finished, then that makes me feel a lot better. Um, yes, so here we go. So a quick update. My spiritual path is growing day by day, and I found myself doing things that I wouldn't even have considered a year ago. Not because I felt they were wrong to do, but I didn't at that point think that it was part of my path. So I was aware, of various things, following the community, and I always enjoy getting to know you guys and learning about all your different practices and beliefs, and I mean, um, but I must give a shout out to Jen Willowwind, the Thrifty Witch here, um, because she she's been a big um, she's been a big influence on me, particularly over the past few weeks and a couple of months. Um, and her channel's been one that I've followed, and the Facebook group, and I'm now one of her admins, and and I'm really enjoying being there and taking part. And I still don't consider myself to be on, to be a witch or following that path. But I have grown an interest in sort of the magical side of things, and ritual and ceremony, and using energy, and I some time ago I uploaded pictures of my what I call my sacred space, and I did for Imolk the other day. And hi there, Jackie. So but yeah, one of the things I've got. Well, I'm going to say it, Jem, because it's true. And you're not the only one. There've been others that have had been a big influence. I mean, right back over a year ago, I mean, Simon was and still is a good friend, and there was a big influence. And so many channels that I don't want to put a list out, because I don't want to leave anybody out, and sort of think, well, he didn't mention me or didn't mention so and so, and it's not because that I don't value them. It's just that these are the people that are coming off the top of my head basically right now, and and but Jen in particular has encouraged me by the lives that she does and the videos that she does to just naturally follow the path, that not to worry about getting things right or doing things right or wrong, and that if it works for us, that if it works for you, then it works. And that's all right, Lulu Dog, that's fine. And I hope you enjoyed it over in Becca's. I'm sure you did. She's great. And and just being natural with it, and just following your own path, and that you don't have to follow set rules. You don't have to do things the same way as everybody else. That you can take and adapt things to yourself, and that's what I've wanted to do. Having come from an organized religious background, from a fundamental Christian background, um, and it's nice to be able to not have that strict, you can't do this, you must do this kind of thing. And it's very empowering, and there's nothing wrong with being empowered, because to me that's what it's about. We're to be empowered to live the lives that we are meant to live. And and if certain people, I know certain people might say that, oh, you shouldn't go into empowerment, and it's connecting with, I'm not even going to mention the term, or even what I'm talking about. And uh to me that's nonsense. That's nonsense. Because you know life can be hard. life is tough. It's not a cakewalk. There are challenges in this life, and I can't see how we can meet those challenges without being empowered and by connecting with one another. That empowerment is more than the sum of all its parts, and the whole community then can be empowered to live the lives that we're meant to live together. And the key word, I think, is you either choose love or you choose fear. And if you're doing something because you're fearing a consequence, that if you don't do it, well, to me, that's wrong. That's that fear element, and fear only brings you into what I would term as like a devil situation. So the devil card, where you're trapped because you're trapped in by fear. And I think the better way is that of love, because love is more freeing, it's more embracing, and if you're doing something out of a love motivation, it's easier and longer lasting. So and that's what's come across through particularly Jen's videos and her live chats, and being part of her little squirrel community there. So and I've also enjoyed people like Matty from the Conjurer's Table, learning about voodoo hoodoo and all those kind of things that I didn't know much about, apart from the usual TV stereotypes. And I've gotten to know Matty quite well, and he's adorable. And if you haven't checked him out at the Conjurer's Table, I'm sure most of you have. Go over there and subscribe, and he's very good at sharing his practices. So I'll give a shout out to him. And there's another chap um, called Hexen Cassis. He is from he's like a witchy background and knows a lot about you know Santeria and things like that, and other practices in that area. So and he's very good at thrifting. He's and Matty's getting that way too. There's not so many good thrift shops around me, and I'm not really into that yet, but I'm sure that will probably come. So hello Selkie, good to see you. Anastasia, very good. So and this past Friday night was Imbolc, and I did a little ritual where I'd written a poem dedicated to Brigitte, and um, and I'd wrote on the back of it uh, some things that I want to help with, creative wise, etc., and some other things on, and I put that on the altar, and I inscribed some leaves with a couple of sigils, and I used that, and then I sort of like then burnt the copy of I Tangerine, good to see you, and I burnt a copy of that with the leaves as a dedication, releasing that up in celebration of Imbolc. But don't worry, I've still got a copy of the poem. I haven't destroyed it all. Um, and there's a post of it on Jen's Facebook group. So, and that's the kind of thing that I've started to get into, just simple little rituals. Um, and it's all about intent and what your intent is and what you're desiring, and connecting with the elements. And that's the progress that I've been making in my spiritual life. Um, Digishamara, I think it was, yeah, I think someone else was going to read it as part of their ritual as well. So that's great that I was able to contribute that for other people to use as well. So, and the next thing that I want to do is hi there, Simon. Good to see you. And you missed me mentioning your name a moment ago, saying what an influence you were at the beginning, and still are, to be honest. And it's good to see you. And yeah, so I mean, I started basically my channel to focus on my tarot journey, learning tarot. And I'm not going to go into the whole how I got into tarot bit. There's videos and that going by, and if you want me to do another one, an update, I can do. That's fine. Anything you want to know, I'm happy to consider doing a video on, or anything like that, discussion on. Yes, I know, Simon. Where does it go? I mean, was it October, November, December. It's over 5 months since we met up in Nottingham. So I'm tarot related, and I was doing, and I progressed with tarot and different new decks I was getting. Yes, it really is, Simon. Uh, and and that was the focus, and perhaps and then as I got new decks and I was doing tags and different things like that. And then and recently I've last October I started doing my daily draws and uploading those each day. And that's been good to share that with other people. It's been good because it keeps me disciplined in doing the draws each day, but it helps me to share the insights that I may get with the community. So and if that so that they can if they can get anything from it that speaks to them, then that's brilliant, because I'm more about sharing and empowering other people. So yeah, and then of course I've joined Jen's group and got more into the magical kind of stuff, that kind, as I say, the ritual kind of thing, and into more into meditation. I've uploaded a guided meditation to my channel. So and I'm working on doing another one because that seemed to go down really well. So look out for that one. And I'm getting more into working with spirit guides and using my crystals a bit more into that side of thing, as well as as with the tarot as well, keeping that going. So, and I'm open to all new kinds of divination as well. I'm sort of been toying with the idea of runes. I'm not quite sure yet whether that's for me, but I'm looking at it to see, because I've got a slight interest in it. I'll just see how that just grabs me, and I'm broadening my if I say experimentation, I mean that in the best possible way, um, to to try and find out what suits me and what doesn't suits me. So, and I've started doing a dream journal, which was another suggestion from Jen. Keep mentioning Jen, but hey, I'm making no apologies for that. Um, because she suggested that that in touch with my dreams, it was when I got the High Priestess card in a situation, and I said, well, I'm not really conscious of dreaming and whether I dream or not, and if I do, I don't remember them. And she said, keep a dream journal, and I've started doing that. Um, Yeah, yes, I've heard that about Canadians saying sorry for saying sorry. Yes, yeah, it's a British thing as well that we say excuse me when somebody bumps into us. We sort of say sorry when it wasn't really our fault. That's a British thing too. I'm sure Simon will attest to. Um, but yes, I've been keeping um a dream journal, and some days when it's just like, well, I wasn't really aware of anything memorable, but the practice of it is getting me into the habit of of training my mind to look out for these dreams. And I've had a couple of dreams that I've actually remembered important bits to and written down. I'm not going to share them now, but they've been very helpful. So that's another aspect, a new thing that I've not done before. So all these things have been growing and developing, and so that's where I've gotten to now. Where my tarot is, and yes, so Jen, you were right. Yes, yes. If you want it in writing, I can put it somewhere in writing that Jen was right. Keeping a dream journal is helping. So um. Yes, it could be. It could be British to say that. Yes. Um, and yeah, is it British to kick the coffee table and say, "Oh, ouch! I'm sorry. It's okay." Yes. At the same time, my grandfather was English. Oh, grandfather was English, Jackie. Didn't know that. Um. So so there you go. So tarot. The one thing I have not done yet, and Jen will understand why I'm a bit hesitant to say this. Not because I don't want to do it, but I'm thinking practicalities. Is that I want to try a couple of live readings. Now the thing is, I don't want to be on all night with a long list of people. So first of all, I'm going to take three people. Four if Simon wants a reading. Because in honor of Simon and because of the beginning of my channel and everything, if Simon wants a reading, he can go to the front of the queue because I'm conscious that it's near his bedtime, getting ready for work tomorrow. So that's the only reason. And then another three people can have a reading, and the first people that I see in the chat that says that puts reading, um, I will right, that's you, Simon. Lulu Dark, yes. One more if your phone works. Right, Lulu Dark and Tangerine. So I've got Simon, Lulu Dark, Tangerine. Oh, and room for one more. Jen, do you want one? Anyway, Ashley, do you want one? I'm trying to think who's in the room. Reading. Right, that's it. So, no more for now. I'm going to work through those and see what time is left. Because I'll try and not squirrel out and drag it on. Although I've been part of Jen's little group of squirrels, I've been picking up some habits. So, the first person is Simon. So, is there a particular question you've got, Simon? Or do you just want a general reading? Shamara, yes. I'm currently working on it, and this month there will be one. Hi, Hexen. Oh, I'm going to have to try and fit Hexen in, but I'll do these 3 or 4, whatever armament were. So, so I've got Simon, Lulu, Dark, Tangerine, and then Jen so far. Well, thank you very much, Jackie, for doing that. So have you got, will the inspection visit go well on Wednesday? So it's a work-related question, particularly about Wednesday's inspection visit. So we'll try and see what the cards say regarding that issue with Simon in his job. So let's, yeah, so let's see. Okay. Okay. Right. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Right then, Simon. The situation here. This first card is the Knight of Wands and represents the situation under consideration. And this is about putting projects and things into action, trying to be active, achieving, and getting that inspiration and creativity, bringing all things together. It's a very active, quick movement card. That means that there'll be a lot of activity involved in preparation before Wednesday, getting things into line, and getting the ideas and everything that you need to work through. But the energy and the fire will be there, and you'll have that spark of fiery energy to empower you through the week and leading up to that important event. So I think that's the surrounding energy of the whole the situation that you're asking about. And perhaps an energy that you may not be aware of, but could be useful, is the Two of Cups. So, and that's about, to me, a partnership, and working together, not just in activity, but connecting perhaps emotionally as well with the situation, and that and it's connecting emotionally with it, as well as with the activity. So perhaps remind yourself or yourselves, whoever's involved in the situation, as to the motivation as to why you're doing what you're doing. What's it all about? That sometimes can get lost in all the busyness and activity. Just bear in mind the motivation and why you're doing it. So, oh, okay, Ashley. Thanks for dropping in. I'll see you soon. And yeah, so just bear that in mind. Now, something to watch out for. It's not an outcome. So before I show it, I say it's not an outcome. This is not saying it's going to go bad, right? But something to watch out for is the Ten of Swords. Now, what I get with this, no, it's not the Tower, but it's the Ten of Swords. All right. So, but it's not the Tower. And what I think this card is saying is to be aware of the thought processes. And Hexen, I'm using my Tarot of Dreams by Jerome Marchetti. And so yeah, so don't be careful of being overwhelmed by too many ideas, too many words, too many things that perhaps there's a lot of things being said, and be that you don't get overwhelmed by too much in the communication and overthinking. Yes, overthinking it. That will weigh you down. Keep things simple. Go back to that other card as to keep reminding yourself as to what it is you're about, what it is you're connecting with, what the whole situation, what you're trying to achieve by what you're doing, and just keep it simply focused on that. And don't try and overwhelm yourself with too many thoughts and words and ideas when you're trying to communicate what you're about. Keep it simple, to the point, and passionate from what you believe your work's about. And I think then that will bring about the best possible outcome. So I hope that helps you there, Simon. I hope that it's I hope I'll be interested to see how Wednesday goes afterwards, after that reading. So say I don't do predictive reading, so I'm not going to say it's going to go well, it's going to go bad, but I think if you take that approach, it will be the best possible outcome that you can achieve with the energies around at the time. So right, so I think it was I don't want to go back to Jackie's list. I think it's Lulu Dart, that's right. Just a general reading. Okay, Lulu Dart, I'll give you a just a general reading about what's going on with you at the moment. So okay. Right, here we go. Let's go. What have we got this time? Alright, so well, I'm going to say that you've got some very good energy coming to surround you at this time. The first card, the general energies around you, is the world, where all elements are beginning to come together, that you're coming to a place of wholeness. Even if you don't feel like it, you are at the center of your world, and things are coming together and coming into balance of all the different elements. And you may be aware that you've been on a journey of healing, of coming to a place of that wholeness and being integrated, and it's paying off. You're coming to that place. In fact, you're at that place even if you don't realize it yet. So we've got a wholeness, a healing energy that's there, bringing wholeness and balance to every aspect of your life. And the energy to focus on and to be aware of more is strength. That you have the strength within you. You have that strength, that inner strength and resolve and resilience. To on the threshold. Yes, definitely on the threshold, and you have the strength and resilience to cross that threshold and to do whatever you need to do. You've got to it all. That's your birth card. Brilliant, Lou. That's brilliant. Yes, you've got that deep inner strength that you're stronger than even that you realize to meet the challenges. That you've been so much, and that inner strength has been made even greater for all the difficult times and challenges that you've been through. And you need to be, realize that that strength is there, and be aware of it, and keep that focus on your inner strength. And the phrase "I can do this" keeps coming in. I can do this. I can. I can, and I will. And that's what I think you need to focus on there. And something to watch out for, to be careful with, is temperance. Keep the different uh, sides of your nature and of life in balance. Not too much on one thing at the detriment of another. You've got water, you've got fire. Between being emotionally led and also being fire action and drive and that way, and between thinking and doing, keeping that balance in those elements that you see here in the world card there. Being careful that one doesn't get in more attention than the others, that you don't become unbalanced. And as you keep that balance and focus on that inner strength, there'll be no stopping you as you continue on your path. So just go for it. There's some positive, powerful energy there to carry you through. So, hi, Jeff. Good to see you. Bye, Jeff. Thanks for popping in. So, Tangerine is next. If that, I hope that helps you there, Lulu. But I think you've got some positive energy to push you forward. Right, Tangerine. Have you got a particular question? Do you want a general reading? My angel love told me to ask about my non-existent love life this month. Yeah, I've got one of those as well, Tangerine. People ask me about my love life. It's like, yeah, it, yeah, what love life? Yes. So I'll ask about it. So don't worry. I'll anything on the love life front, relationships. It's been years. Ugh. Right, let's see. Let's just see what the cards have to say. Okay. Here we go. And right. Oh, right. Okay. The energy around the situation is the Ten of Swords again. And I think that's being overwhelmed by thinking about it. You're weighed down by the thought of, is it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Questions and questions, just weighing you down about it, thinking over and over and over in your mind. And I think that's what's going on with you at the moment. And the energy you need to be aware of is the Devil card, that this is weighing you down and perhaps holding you into a pattern and a position that is not really helpful to you. And you need to realize that only you can release yourself from that position. And the door is open. And maybe you need to step out of that cage that perhaps you're creating with those thoughts, that those overbearing thoughts that perhaps are in a way a blockage, because it's blocking the energy that's necessary for anything of that nature to come into your life. So you need to step out of that and not be held into that pattern. And you can. It's just your choice. And the last card is the Knight of Swords. And to me, yeah, I mean, the knight could be represent, you know, a love interest, whatever. But what I see is it's freeing your mind from all those thoughts and simplifying again and putting your thoughts into action. That just try and get a more simple idea of what it is and begin to live that out. Be active. Put yourself in situations where you're just meeting people, and don't necessarily think all the time about whether this is going to be an emotional connection, a love connection. Just share ideas with people, just communicate and move around people, and see how the situation develops more naturally. And instead of because sometimes we can try and force the situation. So perhaps free up the clutter of your mind with these, simplify the thoughts. That's all right, Simon. You have a good night and a good week at work. Hi, Matty. Good to see you. So so I hope that's of a little bit of help to you. And try and simplify the thoughts. Lift those thoughts going on in your mind. Think less about what it is you're wanting, and just be more active in more precise thoughts. So we've got Jen next. So Jen, you're the last one on the list, and I may be able to add a couple of more after yours. Night, Simon. So Jen, what have you got for me? You want a general reading, right? It's always, and as Jen said when she was doing hers, when you've gotten to know someone a bit and know what's been going on in their lives a little bit, it's hard to know if you're getting it from your own knowledge or whatever. But I'll see what the cards have to say, because the cards can just confirm sometimes what we already know. I'll put you after Jen and see if I've got time, Caroline, because I'd certainly love to do a reading for you. Right, okay, so right, I hope oh, thank you, Exon. That's very kind of you. Right, I'm almost hesitant to turn these over because I really want it to be a good reading, but we right, here we go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it is a little bit of something that I know, and a little bit perhaps that I don't. The first card, the energy around the situation, is a drum roll. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. Yes, Jen, it's a Cups card. We're back to the emotions, but this is the Queen. This is the Queen of Cups. This is someone that is fully immersed in her emotions and aware of her emotions and nurturing her emotions. And I think the energy around you at the moment is very much of a nurturing, taking care of your emotional needs, and perhaps putting yourself first a little bit more. because you're such a generous, giving, nurturing person to others and taking care of all of our emotional needs, you can sometimes do that to the detriment of yourself. And I think this energy is to look at your cup and think about your cup, your situation, and your own emotional welfare. Because Jen, we need you to be in a good place and emotionally and everything to be any good to us. So just that's the energy around you at the moment. But it's not the Page of Cups because you've gone through a lot of things emotionally. You're not at the learning stage. You know better than you would perhaps care to admit. And the thing that you need to be aware of at the moment, as well as another underlying energy, is the Page of Cups. Nope, Page of Coins, sorry, or Pentacles. Now, I I know why I'm saying this, but it's this learning to perhaps take care of more of the practical, mundane, but necessary things of life that perhaps you've not really wanted to before. That you like to focus on the spiritual, the emotional, the connecting, and all the other things, but the more practical things, the financial, the material, the everyday routine stuff, that you need to do. Um, but you're beginning to learn that now, that needs to be done as well, and you're on the beginning stage of that. And the final card for you, Jen, is the Six of Swords. And with your thoughts and thinking about different things, you are on a journey. You are moving. You're moving away from one place, not necessarily physically, um, but there's a change in situation, and you're traveling in your mind how that's going, and trying to map out how that journey is going to go. But it's moving from more disturbed waters into calmer waters ahead, but you need to be the driving force there, and you need to just give yourself the time and the space to quietly and undergo that process. It's a slow and steady progress. This is one of the cards I drew in my daily draws this week, and you know, it's not like the big fanfare of the Six of Wands where it's public and everything. This is a personal journey, which is why the mask is on. It's a personal journey, not because you've been deceptive, but because perhaps it's something private and personal, and perhaps that's okay. And that's okay, and and to remember that even if you're leaving a situation, the situation is changing, you're still taking those thoughts about it with you. So you still need to work through the thought processes, because they will stay with you wherever you go. So whatever the situation you move into, you'll still have the thoughts about what you've left and what you've changed. So you still need to work those out. So be aware of that. But I think that you know where you're at. You're on the right path, and you know what you're meant to do. It's just getting down and doing it, like for the rest of us, and that's sometimes easier said than done. So, but keep going, because I think you're on the right path there, Jen. Um, so I hope that helps you. So, I'm going to do one for Caroline. Somewhere in time. Have you got a question, or do you want a general? I'm going to do one for Caroline, and perhaps one more. I don't know if Hexen wants a reading. If Hexen's still here. So Caroline, Thank you, Tangerine. Stephen, major family drama right now. How do I see it? Right. Family drama. Ooh. Yes, yes, there can be family dramas. Okay. How do I see it turning out? Well, as I say, I don't do predictive readings in the sense of this is definitely how it's going to turn out because different factors can change things. But I can explore the energies around it and how you can use those to get the best result from it, how it can be best resolved. So let's focus on that situation then, Caroline, and see what the cards have to say about it. Um, but yes, family dramas. Yes, I've had a few. Most of them not actually involving me directly, but you get caught up in the middle of them sometimes, and that's okay, Jennifer. You go and have something to eat, and see you soon. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, let's get something for Caroline. Doesn't involve you either, Caroline. Right. Okay. Yeah, I can see that actually. And the main energy around this situation, Caroline, is moon energy. And to me, this is there's more to the situation than is immediately apparent. Not all the details are known about what it's about. Um, so what you see going on may not be the full picture. There may be factors that are not clear. Um, there's a lot of emotion here involved in the situation, and um, you've got the tame dog and the wild wolf, um, and it's which approach should you take? I would say take the quieter, tamer approach to this because of these unhidden these hidden factors. Um, if it doesn't directly involve you, um, just just be just be a faithful member of the family. Um, Try not to get involved in picking sides. Um, don't jump in there. Barking your thoughts on the situation. And thank you, Bosidi. Um, just perhaps sit back and look um, for as the situation develops. Stay on the sidelines as much as you can. This may not be your issue to deal with, um, or it may not be yet. The timing's not right for you to be involved. Um, I see the other factor involved in this is the King of Cups, and I see that there's perhaps a male energy, a man or something involved in this that will this perhaps lead it will take hold of this situation and bring control into these turbulent waters. Um, someone else may take the reins of this and bring it under control and calm it down. And the final card here is the Ace of Swords, which is a beginning, a new thought, new idea. So there may need to be a new idea, a new way of communicating, a change in the way that the family communicates and thinks about itself that needs to come through this process. So this is all to bring about a change and a new beginning. But I would say that it will eventually perhaps resolve itself, but maybe you need to just be on the sidelines and just be faithful to supporting the family. Don't try not to take sides. Don't jump in trying to fix things, because there's unknown factors, and it may make it worse. So yes, something new coming. Yes, there could be a truth coming out, clarity, a new clarity about the situation after perhaps the uncertainty of what's actually going on here. That from the moon energy, a more clear energy, as to revealing what needs to be done. So I think just keep doing perhaps what you're doing, and just keep watching, and I'm sure that it will work out the way it's meant to. So I hope that's a help to you, Caroline. You're more than welcome, Caroline. Right, I think, Matty, you still here? You still going on at past? Because if you are, I shall wrap up, and then. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Caroline. Do you know something, Caroline? On a side note to that, the number of people that have had people in their lives passing away recently, it's people that they know and family members. It's not been a good start to the year in that respect. I know it's all part of life, but even so. So I'm just waiting to see if Matty's still here. You're welcome, Tangerine. Well, Matty's not talking to me at the moment, so he's probably not in the room. So, Two Paths Tarot, I'm sorry, I'm sure I knew your name at some point. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's probably the truth that needs to come out then, Caroline. Yeah, Two Paths Tarot. Patsy. That's of course it is. He's not doing is he doing a live now? He said he wasn't going on till past. Oh, he's live in 30 minutes. Okay. Alright. Okay then. Well, Patsy, I will do you a general reading, and you'll be the last reading of the night. Okay? And anybody that didn't get a reading, I'm sure I shall do another occasion like this, and those of you that didn't get a chance will be able to get one. I just wanted to do my first live readings, just to have a bit of practice. Okay then, Patsy, let's see what we've got. What we've got for you. Okay, here's that on. Right. Right. First card, the general energy is the Death card. And to me, I think that's you've been through a change and you're putting the past behind you, and you're moving on. The old is gone, the new is about to come. And that is borne out by this card, which is the Magician. And this is, you're now in a position to create your new life. You've got all the tools there, you've got all the knowledge there that you've gained through study and through your experience and through that change, that experience of change with that the Death card represents. And you've got the tools and the creative energy at your disposal, and you're ready now to create your new life, your new path. And this is also borne out by the Page of Coins, where you're now at the beginning stage of getting to grips with this new way of perhaps being, this new way of relating to the world. And thank you, Caroline. I probably will. And so this is the Page of Coins is about learning to get to grips with the tools in order to create this new reality for yourself. And it's an exciting time for you, an interesting time for you, a challenging time for you, but you've got the energy and the power there. You may need to, you may have an opportunity come to you, news of an opportunity to do something different. You have an opportunity to learn some new things, and I'd encourage you to do so, because it all ties in with getting the tools and everything that you need to create the life that you want for yourself. And don't be bound by the past or anything that's gone, and you're transforming out of that, and you're embracing the new. So I hope that encourages you to keep on the path that you're on at the moment. So I hope that spoke to you, Patsy. I'm good. I'm glad it makes sense. Now then, Hexen, would you like to be the last one I read for? Because you said you wanted the reading the other day. I will make you, because you've been a great friend and I've learned a lot from you, and you're such a sweet soul. I will give you a reading if you want one, Hexen, but don't feel obliged to have one because I'm singling you out. I will make you the last one before we join Matty in his live. So if you're there, Hexen, speak up now. But if you don't want one now, you can have one another time. There's always opportunities for you to have one. So but I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the support that you've given me over the past year. Some of you may have just become aware of me recently. That's fine. You're just as valued as someone that's been with me for the entire year. I enjoy this connecting with you all, and I hope to, contribute to helping you on your path as you teach me and help me on my path as well. That I'm very grateful for, and I just wanted to share this moment with you, this milestone that I've passed, and give back to you. So because of the support that you've given me. So I want to thank everybody for that. I think Hexen's at work, isn't he? So he probably only popping in and out. So yeah, well, thank you, Shamoa. I'm glad that you're here. I'm very grateful to you. Um, and you know, it, as I say, it doesn't matter whether you're new or whether you've been here a while. You're all just as valuable as one another, and I just thank you that you're here. So okay, so I shall draw it to a close, um, and hopefully I'll be able to fit in some more of these live events. Um, um, because you know, this is something else that I'm new at, doing live. and normally do pre-recorded, but live, you know, is something that perhaps I can start getting into a bit more, so I can interact with you a bit more. So there you go. So thank you. I think Matty from the Conjurer's Table is going to do a live in about 15-20 minutes, um, according to he's past 600 subscribers, and he's doing an announcement of people that entered on that. And yes, so I'll be going over to Matty, so I might see you there if you're going there, and if not, take care everyone. And as I usually say in my videos, um I shall see you all again very soon. So until then, take care. Okay then, bye bye.